Okay, this is Randy Walker here, and I'm delighted to have with us today Bibi Schoofs. How did I pronounce that? Your last name? Did I get it correctly?
That was not bad.
She ridiculed me earlier about my English pronunciation of her last name, but I'm delighted to have Bibi with us, and she's a WTA ranked pro from from Holland, from the Netherlands. Top 100 in the world in doubles and career high 183 in the world in singles, and
142.
142. Okay, I must have had that wrong on my Google. Um, but what I wanted to talk to Bibi about is, she has a very unique little slice of tennis history that happened last year at the U.S. Open when she played in the qualifying tournament, which is the 128 player draw to play to 16 spots into the U.S. Open. And Bibi played a young player from Britain in the first round, whose name is Emma Raducanu. And Emma gained so much confidence after beating Bibi that she not only went on to qualify for the U.S. Open, but became the first ever qualifier to win a major tournament when she won the final over Leylah Fernandez. So Bibi, talk a little bit about that match last year, or maybe talk a little bit about before the match, what you were thinking when you were you were in the field and the draw was being made, and you told me that you were thinking about who you wanted to play and who you didn't want to play before the draw was made.
Yeah, I mean, I got there, of course, and there are a couple of players on the rise, and Emma already did really well at Wimbledon, of course. So I think third or fourth round, beating some good players. So yeah, she was really on a high of doing well, and some other girls were really well. So yeah, when you are waiting for the draw, it's like, okay, first round Grand Slams is always interesting with a lot of different tension, anxiety. It's different. Somehow a Grand Slam is just a different feeling, and anything can happen in the first round somehow. Yeah, and I saw it now. I was like, ooh, damn. That is really a hard one. So yeah, you start looking at some matches back, and yeah, you have a look. Okay, what the things she does well, and um, then you try to think about what's your game plan. Nah, and then you go into the match. But yeah, if someone is just better than you, then someone is just better.
And talk a little bit about the match. I mean, how did you think she played? I mean, was she, was she pretty much in the zone there in that first round and just really on top of her game?
I mean, also for her, you saw. I mean, she is the rising star, and all eyes on her. So you can see she's really confident. But as well, you see, okay, it's also for her a qualifying first round, and yeah, anything can still happen. But yeah, you saw she was quite confident, and Wimbledon has, of course, grass, fast courts, low bounce. The US Open was also changed, like painted, and it was really fast, low bounce. And you saw she was comfortable in the way she hits, the way she play, like the way she likes to play. And yeah, she really, yeah, you saw she was really comfortable on the court. Like, okay, I like this. This suits me. So yeah, that it's just a tough to play someone who you already feel has so much pressure, feels confident, and like completely is already pushing her game on. Like she forces her game on you from the beginning. So yeah, that's really tough one.
Did I guess you weren't surprised then a couple of days later when you saw that she had qualified for the main draw?
No, I wasn't surprised at all, but I was like, oh God, I lost, I think 6-1, 6-2, or 2-1. I was like, oh, I only got 3 games. I was like, okay, second round, I think she had a tougher one. She lost a little bit more games. And then third round, she killed again. And then even in main draw, I think she won one round, like one in love or something. So then I started to feel, okay, I'm not the only one who just got who got smacked off the court. But yeah, you saw her growing. Like every match, you saw her like gaining confidence and just yeah, growing into the tournament. It was really nice because of course I watched her. You see it going on. yeah, it's nice to see someone grow like this in the tournament.
Did you follow, were you following all of her matches meticulously and thinking, oh my God, she's in the fourth round. Oh my God, she's in the quarters. Oh my God, she's in the semis. And then she's in the final. And she's like, oh my God, I just played her 2 weeks ago. Now she's in the final of the US Open.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, first, I mean, normally qualifier, if you get to the quarterfinals, it's already like big surprise. And I was like, okay, she won. Oh, it's tough round. Oh, and then she got, I think, kind of lucky as in, I think the number one, did Halep lose? Or I don't know, she was supposed to, oh, Barty. I think she was supposed to play Barty or something. So yeah, you get someone else. I mean, it's sometimes things has to fall, like your way. I was like, oh, then she has another chance to to keep moving, and she won again. It's like, oh God. So yeah, that was interesting to follow. I didn't watch her every match, but yeah, at one point, like from the quarterfinal, fourth round, then you was like, okay, you go sit down and you're gonna have you see it. Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, just being thrust into the spotlight. I mean, you're a veteran tennis player. You've been around the block many times and been involved in the sport. I mean, what do you think about all of a sudden the pressure that she's under now? Being this
Yeah.
teenage and making history.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Which situation isn't? It's already tough if you are like you're older and you do something like this. But it looks like she really enjoys it and she actually embraces it, and she just, you know, she has so much to learn. I mean, not to learn in a negative way, but normally you go on a tour and you grow and you go through because she was ranked like 300 around Wimbledon and 130 or 140 around when we were US Open, something like that, or 120, I'm not sure. But normally you do, of course, steps like, okay, ITFs, bigger ITFs, WTA, and you grow in the circuit. And now, of course, suddenly, boom, you won, you're Grand Slam winner, but actually you haven't won any other tournament yet, basically. That's quite like strange. So I guess, the expectation that she keeps on winning like this, I think is very unreal. I mean, she's a great player, but she's so young. So how can people expect such things already? Like she should have, I think, time to still grow there. I mean, she has such a long time to go, and she's a great player.
Now, what is talk a little bit about the competitiveness at Grand Slam qualifying. I mean, it really is, dog eat dog, cutthroat competition. Just talk about how hungry the players are playing in the US Open qualifying as well as the other, qualifyings for major tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Grand Slams are different. There's something about it and special. I mean, the money wise as well. I mean, everyone knows the struggle for a normal ITF player. You don't make that much money, and with a Grand Slam, I mean, if you win one round, also it's a lot of points, and if you win a round, you also have a lot of money, which you take months normally to earn in in other tournaments. So yeah, people are somehow very different, and yeah, the atmosphere is also different on the regular tournaments. Most of the girls I know, like, okay, some have a coach, like, traveling, full-time traveling coach, but some of them, they just like pick weeks because of money issues where they want their coach. So they choose which tournaments are important and they take them with them. But yeah, on the Grand Slams, basically everyone takes one coach, including maybe someone else, everything. So it's always crowded, it's always busy, it's hectic and on the ground. It's really something special.
And talk a little bit about also on the ITF Pro Circuit. You've had some great success. You've won 21 ITF doubles titles, and you've won 8 ITF singles titles, 19 singles finals, 37 doubles titles. Talk a little bit about the competitiveness also on the ITF circuit as far as growing up to the WTA level.
Yeah, it's different ITF. ITF, everyone is just like scratching for points. And yeah, the money is not really big there. So you really have to fight hard to get because the goal most of the time starts with getting into Grand Slams, because from Grand Slams you can go in there, and if you're top 250 you get Grand Slams, but you also have better chance to go into the qualies of WTAs. And I mean, it's a big difference in WTA. I mean, you get your hotel paid, your food paid. There are really good physios, like really good physios there. So, you know, they support you, help you with a problem. If you want like mental support, they help, they provide you with, you know, assistance in that. And the ITF, yeah, sometimes in these 25,000, then you ask for the physio. Okay, someone comes on court with a small bag. I'm like, okay, what are you coming? So yeah, come to me after the match, and then you have to pay for your physio. You know, so the contrast is huge. So everyone is like fighting their ass off to go out of the jungle and get to the luxury life of WTA and Grand Slams. First of all, the money, but also the comfort. It's always nice hotels, nice places. All is organized perfectly most of the time in WTA. Yeah, it's just such a different world, ITF and WTA. I heard one of the girls, I don't want to use her name, but she was saying she was a top 100 player for a long time, also a very good doubles player, and she dropped in the rankings, and she was playing 25s. And she said apparently, like, oh my God, it's actually so much harder to play in these ITF events because the girls are like fighting for every point, and they're like trying to push like the ball back, while in the WTA, like, okay, sometimes if you have a bad day, you don't care. And also they just smack it, they go for it. And yeah, it's different. So she was like, oh God, it's actually so much harder when you have to crawl out of this, yeah, jungle again.
Wow, yeah, that is a fascinating description,
Yeah.
you know, about the contrast. But finally, I wanted you to give an opportunity for people listening and watching, you know, talk about your best moments of your career. You know, you've played Fed Cup, and you've won a WTA doubles title, and you know, talk about some of the best accomplishments and most satisfying wins that you've had in your career.
Yeah, one of them was, of course, I was lucky enough to play with Sara Errani. I mean, she has won in doubles everything what's about to win. And my coach was like, ask her for playing doubles there. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why would she want to play with me? Just ask her. And so yeah, I was nervous as hell in the first match. And like, I'm sorry. I was shaking, serve and everything. She's like, hey, I have the worst serve in the world. So please don't worry about your serve. You know, it's fine. And we end up winning, and I think that's one of the most special moments of my career. I mean, the WTA title is one of the special things which can happen. But even at that same venue in Auckland, I played Bouchard. That was a year later, and it was night session in the center court with like, what was it? I think like 5,000 people or something. What they said, and I lost 6-4 in the third or 6-3, but I played like 3 hours, and I just had this amazing feeling. I was like, this is what I want. This is what I love and like. And yeah, I would like to see if I can get more. So even losing, that was also amazing experience, of course. And yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, I mean, there's so many. And sometimes you just go to a place and you just want to go back, even though you haven't won the title. It's just where you play good or feel well. Yeah, special places. We played 125 in Mumbai. You think of all places and everything, but it was, you know, different there. And it's just, yeah, we play one time I won the 125, and the second year we played finals. So yeah, winning doesn't always make the best tournament like moments, but yeah, I'm lucky to have a lot of moments in my life which I cherish. I mean, but a lot of people ask me, why didn't you stop yet? A couple, like 3 years ago, and I got injured and everything. Why don't you stop? I'm like, because actually I have a dream. I still want to qualify for a Grand Slam in singles. So that's why I want to give it one more shot last year. But unfortunately, I got injured in May. So the summer where I was hoping for disappeared. But yeah, I mean, I just love this game, and this, I think we're really lucky. I think if you can do this, you should be, yeah, that you're so lucky to have this opportunity if you're you can play there and going to the Grand Slams and the WTA, and yeah, it's a privilege, but people don't always see it like that.
Yeah, no, I think that's an amazing perspective. And, you know, that's why players play tennis, is they want to play against big players on big courts and
Yeah.
visit the world. And you've had a great chance to do that around the world. And, you know, you have this amazing story now that you're the, you know, the first player to play Emma Raducanu in her run. That's a lot. You're gonna be a Trivial Pursuit answer for the rest of your life. But I know,
Yeah, who was the first one?
but you are recovering from some injuries now, and we really wish you the best. And you can come back, and we really you're going to pick up some new fans that'll be following you, and hopefully you can get better and get to the final round of a qualifying in a Grand Slam and break through and get through there. So Bibi,
Thanks
thank
very
you
much.
so much for joining us today, and we will be following you and wishing you the best when you recover from your injuries.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, so long. Take care, Bibi.
See you. Bye bye.
Enjoyed it. Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.